Welcome to my YouTube channel, philippospan. Weekly tips and tricks on how to work with Microsoft Office applications. Be wise and subscribe. Today's video will be about Microsoft Excel.
How to combine text from two or more cells into one cell in Microsoft Excel. There are times where in a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet we need to combine data from multiple cells into a single cell. This can be accomplished either by using the Ampersand symbol or the CONCAT function. I have created a spreadsheet that contains in the first column a list of surnames. In the second column I have the list of the names, and in the third column I want to combine the surnames with the first names. First, I must select the cell in which I want to use the ampersand symbol and which the combined data will be displayed, which in this case is the cell C2. I then type in the equal sign. And then I select the first cell that I want to combine. Then I type the ampersand symbol and then use the quotations mark with a space between them. Then I type in again the ampersand symbol and then select the next cell that I want to combine, and finally press the enter button. Equals A2 ampersand quotation mark space quotation mark ampersand symbol B2. The text from the two cells have been combined into the new cell. Another way to combine cells is with the use of the CONCAT function. Once again, we must activate the cell that we want the combined cells to be displayed. Then we must activate the Formula tab and then locate the function library area of the ribbon and select the text functions category. Once the text functions category is selected, the drop-down menu appears where we locate and select the CONCAT formula. The CONCAT formula concatenates a list of range or text strings. Once the CONCAT function is selected, the function arguments dialog box appears. The arguments are text 1, which is required, text 2, text 3, and so on. There can be up to 253 text arguments. Each can be a string, an array of strings such as a range of cells. I then activate the text 1 text box and select the first cell with the text that I want to combine. If I want space between the two cells, meaning the last name with the first name, I must open quotation marks, then space, and close the quotation marks. Then I activate the text 3 text box and select the second cell with the text that I want to combine. As mentioned, we can add up to 253 arguments. Every time that we press on the last argument box, a new one will appear below and so on. Finally, I press the OK button and the text in the two cells have been combined into one.
Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw in this video, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, head down to the comment section and let me know. Be wise and subscribe.